is a brand new show that just dropped. While the presenters play dominoes, a special guest will be discussing all topics that matter to you. Everything from judicial, legal, health, wealth. Nothing is off topic. The name, you ask me? Domino Effect. Domino Effect. Come listen. It's time well spent.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whatever time of the day you're watching this show, this is the Domino Effect Show. If this is the first time watching the show, this is what we do here. My name is the Padre, my boy's Sweet Will, and on my left, this is VODs. As a simple thing, we just play dominoes, and we have a special guest that's going to talk to us about the special topics. What's going on, fellas?
We are good. We are good.
So how was your holidays?
Expensive.
Your turn.
My turn?
Expensive.
Yeah, very
Expensive?
Yep.
How expensive?
Oh man.
Uggs, iPads,
PS5s, Xbox.
Xbox,
Credit card bills.
credit card bills.
Yeah.
So we have no. So I can't complain about rain because rain was in the summer. So let me ask you guys a question. And I think Nurse Pat, you can chime in. You know how for the holidays, a lot of people are always giving. A lot of people are giving scratch ticket for gifts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys a scenario. Imagine somebody give you guys. You guys bought scratch ticket and you give people scratch ticket for Christmas present. If one person win $4 million, what would you guys do and how would you guys feel about that?
I think you're trying to
I'd
trap
have a
us.
problem.
What do you mean I'm trying to trap you, dude?
I'd have a problem. Let me just explain why. It all depends. It all depends. Because for myself, and this is just me being me right now.
Uh-huh.
For myself, I feel like if I'm going to give you a scratch ticket, I'm going to give you a scratch ticket. Do not call me and tell me what you got on it or what you didn't get on it. Because I would feel that if you got a scratch ticket and if I gave you a scratch ticket and you won, my feeling would be maybe I should have scratched them all to see which ones were winners before I gave them out. I don't know. I'm just being real.
No, I think that's
Listen.
that would be everybody's reaction.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, wait.
As for me,
That's your
Come on, man. Yeah, that's what you're gonna say?
That's not what you want.
So, okay,
Come on,
you
tell
give me
the
a scratch
truth.
ticket
Listen,
for
listen.
our holidays,
Hold on,
right?
Stop. I'm going to come at him. Don't impress me.
I remember that.
Don't impress me.
No, I
Tell
will
me
feel
the
no.
truth.
But no, if somebody won, of course I'm gonna feel some type of. I'm gonna feel some type of way. You know what I mean?
turn
I would
is it?
definitely feel some type of way,
No,
and
your
also I
turn.
will feel like
It's my
okay,
turn. Really, that's what we're doing just because I just won?
hey,
you know, it
You
depends
are-
on the
you
type
are
of
the
person.
guest.
I'd be like, all right, I know that. That person win. I'm gonna be double happy for them because at the end of the day, I feel like okay, with the 4 million, I know I'm gonna get at least 500 to $1 million.
See, that's what I thought.
From
You know,
that
from
person.
that person. You know what I'm saying?
As for me,
yeah.
I feel like it's a gift. You know, you gift it from your heart. That's how you do it. Hold on. You win.
Okay.
You know,
Uh-huh.
you win. It's your luck. It's your. You know, I will let you. If you want, I don't want to expect anything.
Oh my God, you're too nuts.
If you
Yo,
would-
that's
let
not
him
what
talk
you be
because-
doing to me.
No, let him talk. because,
Okay, yeah.
I need him to remember that when I do win,
You need him to have that
I'm gonna need him to
Yeah.
have that same energy. I'm gonna be like, remember what you said on the podcast?
That's
Thank
my
you.
turn, but he
Listen,
holds
no,
your
because
horses.
you give a gift. The gift comes from your heart.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
because that person is very special
And my
to
pocket
you.
too.
You should not give something to expect something. You should not give something to expect something.
Yeah,
When you
true.
give, you just give.
Yeah, I get
But
it.
regardless of what
But
happens.
you weren't expecting $4 million.
We're human.
But the person got more $4 million. How in the world you gonna go? Oh yeah, sure. It's okay.
You know what? We're never gonna get past this debate.
know.
All right,
We're
guys.
turning it into
Okay.
play. I think it's
So,
yours.
okay, guys.
So tonight we're going to talk about a special topic. We're going to talk about diabetes.
Yes.
We know diabetes affects our community because per the statistics that we have, it says that there are certain races that are more disposed to diabetes.
Wow.
And by that, they mean Southeast Asians, they mean Afro-Caribbeans, which we all are. They mean people from Africa. we're more predisposed for diabetes. Now, diabetes, there are many
You can
types.
play. None of you guys can.
Who? Wait a minute. What?
He just said,
You just
know,
played? He said.
he have a bunch
Oh
of
no,
tweets.
but I can
No,
play.
okay, I know.
Can you let me play? Thank you.
Yeah, let her play.
So, for diabetes, we have diabetes mellitus, which is there's two different types for that. There's type 1 diabetes, and type 1 diabetes is insulin. It's dependent upon insulin, and then we have type 2 diabetes. Okay. So when we talk about diabetes in general, it refers to a group of diseases that results in too much sugar in the blood, which is high blood sugar. That's basically what it is. When I say there's type 1 and there's type 2, type 1 affects adolescents. It affects young adults. And it affects children. Don't play.
I win, so it's okay.
Okay. It affects children. So type 1 is usually early on. Type 2, both of these are chronic, okay? Type 2, it affects the way your body processes blood sugar. With type 1, it's your pancreas that's producing the insulin, and it's not producing enough.
Okay.
There's also gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes happens when a pregnant woman ends up, she's pregnant and she has high blood sugar.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about diabetes, there are some numbers that you need to keep in mind.
Okay.
The first number is your fasting blood glucose. That means you haven't eaten anything. You go to the hospital and they order a CMP, which is a comprehensive panel, and the CMP tells you
Your turn.
you haven't eaten anything, so your fasting blood sugar level is, let's say they tell you it's 102. Normal fasting blood glucose needs to be 99 or less, so it's a little bit elevated. You need to have this be a recurring theme in your system in order for the doctor to turn around and say that you're a diabetic. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is something called a hemoglobin A1C. Hemoglobin A1C is just basically a test. They test your blood. It's how sugar is attached to the hemoglobin in your blood. And your hemoglobin A1C needs to be less than 5.9. That's the normal. If it's 6.5 or greater, you're diabetic. Oh, you're saying can't nobody play?
Oh,
Of course
yeah,
can't
you
nobody
can
play.
see that.
So, other than that, there's another type of diabetes,
can't
but
play.
we'll touch upon that one afterwards.
You didn't come to play.
What questions do you guys have?
Okay.
Turn is
Okay,
it?
go ahead.
Oh, were you gonna say something?
No, you can. No,
Okay, so what would cause diabetes?
Yeah.
Okay, so diabetes it's lifestyle, just like with hypertension, it's lifestyle and it's also genetics.
Okay.
Some people are just like I come from a family of diabetic. My uncle was diabetic, my mother was diabetic, my aunt was diabetic.
Okay.
So one of the big things that I pay attention to is my blood sugar.
Okay.
And one of the things that you need to think about when we talk about lifestyle, it's about what you eat, what you drink, what you smoke. All of these things come into play. Okay? So if you're somebody who smokes, you drink, and you're obese,
Is that my turn? Oh, okay.
that puts you, is that my, no, that's
No,
your
you
turn,
just
because I just played.
Okay.
That puts you at risk.
Okay.
Okay? So those are some of the risk factors.
I have a question, and thank you for introduce the diabetes and also give us the definition of diabetes. The question that I have: how can I be tested diabetes? How can I know if I am if I have if I diagnosis with diabetes?
Okay. So, like I had spoken about the fasting blood glucose. So once your fasting blood glucose is, it's for 100.
That's 3.
If your fasting blood glucose is 100 to 125 per mg/dl, you're pre-diabetic.
Okay.
If it's 126 or higher, you're diabetic.
Okay.
Because your fasting blood glucose needs to be less than 99. And remember, I spoke to you about the hemoglobin A1C level.
Okay.
The other thing that you need to know the signs and symptoms of diabetes.
Okay.
Polyuria, polydipsia. These 2 words are very important. Polyuria is you're peeing all the time. Polydipsia, you are thirsty a lot. You just want to drink everything in sight. You are so thirsty.
Okay.
Another thing, and I
So when you
remember-
say, when you say thirsty, you don't mean like, do you know when they said these women are thirsty? So that's not what you mean.
No, I mean thirsty like you need to drink some water to quench your thirst.
Just making
really?
sure. I'm just
And then-
asking.
No,
you
And
know?
then you have fatigue.
The peeing a lot. I'm
Yes,
just,
you're peeing a lot,
say
and then you're tired because you have fatigue. You're losing weight without trying. Let's say you were 200 pounds, and in the course of a month, you go from 200 to 170. You lost 30 pounds, but you're eating.
We know.
You're eating a lot.
We know something
So,
about.
and
ease.
then you have increased hunger. Your vision is getting blurry. And another thing most people don't think about, you have a rash in your groin. Your groin is itchy all the time. Because I remember my mom had a friend. Whose turn is it?
Your turn.
His turn.
Sweet
My mom had a friend, and the friend called my mom and said, hey, I have this rash. I'm forever itchy and all of that, and I'm peeing all the time. My mom says, you better go see the doctor. Sounds like you have diabetes.
Wow.
The friend was like, no. When she finally went, her blood glucose level was greater than 700.
Wow.
They had to start her on an insulin drip and start taking care of her. So but the diagnosis has to be made by the doctor. Don't just take these signs and symptoms that I'm telling you about and say, oh yeah, I'm a diabetic. No, you have to see your doctor. Your doctor has to do the diagnosis.
Okay, I got a. So, the people who are who has diabetes and they have to take insulin. Now, some of the insulin has to be refrigerated and stuff like that. So
Go ahead.
let's say this person is homeless and stuff like that. How would they go about refrigerating things?
Who says the insulin needs to be refrigerated? So I give meds at the doctor's office. The insulin is good. Once you've opened it, it's good for 30 days. Room temperature.
Oh, then they must have had.
And here's the other thing.
So wait. Sounds like he's. What do you know about the homeless that we don't know? This is not the first
you
time.
know something about
Exactly. This is not the
somebody
first
who's
time he
homeless?
asked. We talk about things and he
turn is
brings
it?
homeless thing here.
I believe it's your
No,
turn.
'cause
That
I
was
know
you,
people
right?
in-
Are you advocating for some
Sweet, that
homeless?
was you?
Are you? I just
That
put
was
that.
you? No.
Are you
No, hold
advocating
on.
for some homeless thing? Because you always. Am I lying here?
No, I'm just speaking for everybody who doesn't have to upload because not everybody has a place having a fridge and things like that.
Oh,
treatment,
okay.
If
here's
somebody is in
the
treatment,
thing.
how do you
Treatment
know what I mean?
for diabetes is not just insulin. Like I said, type 1 diabetes is known as IDDM, which stands for insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Type 2 is NIDDM, which is non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. So they can be treated with oral treatment, okay? So you don't have to use insulin. Not everybody needs insulin. Some people have oral anti-hyperglycemics that they take, like glyburide, like metformin, like some others. Like you see sometimes now on TV, they're talking about Ozempic for people that are diabetic that can take it, and it will also help them to lose weight. So there are other things. There's another one, I believe, I'm not sure if it's Trulicity. Maybe it might be Trulicity, that it's a pen and you just stick yourself once a day, because those that are on insulin, typically they have to take insulin more than once a day. Some people take it once a day because that's their treatment, but some others, they're testing themselves during the day. They're testing themselves before each meal and before they go to bed, and they're administering insulin, which is as needed insulin, to cover if their blood sugar went up.
Okay. Thank you, Naspat, for taking time on your busy schedule to come here and talk about diabetes, because you guys all know that the Bible said that God has lent us this body, we have to take care of it. So I have a question for you. That with diabetes, can diabetes cause any other problem?
Yes. So one of the things that once you're a diabetic happens to your body, that's my turn, happens to your body is that you don't heal as well.
Okay.
So when you get a cut, the cut doesn't heal as quickly. So let's say if you had a cut on your feet and you didn't realize that you had that cut, and that cut, the diabetics are more prone to infection. So that cut gets infected, you may end up losing your foot. You may end up losing your leg. Also, patients with diabetic that are diabetics tend to have chronic kidney disease.
Okay.
Diabetes affects your entire body system. And if you have hypertension and you have diabetes, with the diabetes, you can have what's called peripheral neuropathy, where you're losing feeling to some of your limbs. You know, they're not as sensitive to all these different things. So some diabetics would be touching something hot and not realize it because they have no feeling. And next thing you know, they end up with a burn. The burn ends up getting infected. It ends up being gangrenous. They end up being septic. They end up losing that finger or that hand or that arm.
Wow.
So there are many complications associated with
Okay.
diabetes.
Earlier you talk about something glycemic.
Oh,
I think I want to
So
bring
I-
something glycemic.
so you want to talk about the glycemic
Index.
index?
Your turn.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
Your
Mine?
turn.
Your turn.
Oh, I could play. Don't worry.
Oh, we're not saying you can't.
That's you. That's you.
So the glycemic index, really?
No, I'm not
Oh,
done.
I thought you were
I
done.
thought you were done.
No.
The way you
The way
put
you
that
were
My bad, my
Like-
bad,
The way you
my
put
bad,
that,
my
you get
bad.
what his glasses and we're
Right,
like,
right.
My bad, my bad, my
So
bad.
the glycemic
will.
index.
But that doesn't mean
a
I'm
lot
not
of
gonna win though,
times-
so don't worry.
A lot of times people who are diabetic.
What did you just say?
That doesn't mean I'm not gonna win. That's what
Oh,
I
boy,
said.
Here we
What
go.
did you just say?
Lord God.
Watch. Like I said, that did not mean I was not gonna win. This is my 4th time here.
I should have.
I won.
I should have given Pat Nestor this.
There you go.
Really?
See?
Yeah, you would have.
All right.
So, the glycemic index refers to how quickly a food raises your blood sugar.
Okay.
So, as a diabetic, you need to focus on nutrition.
Okay.
And if we're focusing on nutrition, you need to think of your plate as a circle. Half of that circle needs to be vegetables. Now, the other half, a third of that needs to be some type of protein. The other third needs to be some kind of grain.
Okay.
So if we're talking about glycemic index, I can tell you the best foods to eat are foods that have a glycemic index of less than 45.
6 people. Okay.
And those types, when we're talking about that, they're soy products, they're beans, they're fruits, vegetables, nuts, lentil, milk, oats, some grainy breads, and pastas.
So you said vegetable.
Yes.
Does vegetable has any sugar, even if natural sugar
They
included in
do,
it?
because a lot of these foods do break down to sugar in your body.
Yeah.
However,
Okay.
you brought up something, you said that God gave us this body.
Yeah.
One of the things we need to remember
6.
is that the same body that God gave us, we need to treat it well.
Yes.
And the Bible also tells us everything in moderation. And that's why I brought up the plate, because, you know, half of the plate is veggies.
Okay.
A third of the other side is meats, and then another piece is carbs. Because if you're eating like jasmine rice,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we love our jasmine
I was
rice.
just
love
about
my
to ask
jasmine
that
rice.
question
You were about to
because
come on that.
I was gonna ask that question about
If
rice.
you look at how much it says you can have, You wouldn't eat
Us,
rice.
us Haitian
You
would
know
die.
when it tells you a cup.
Us
Have
Haitian
you
would
ever
die.
measured what a cup of rice is?
Us Haitian
If it
would
tells
die.
You need to
I
have
went to
half
see
a cup of rice.
I went to see my doctor.
First of
at
all,
Logo.
this
she
is
said that you need to eat. This is the portion of the rice you have to eat.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
fits
I
your
look at her,
hand.
I was like, man.
No, right here.
I used to eat rice for breakfast.
So this is it. Do you see your hand?
Yeah.
Do you see your hand?
You see how Sweet Will's not talking?
Man,
I'm telling them the Haitians are done.
Yo, man.
We're done.
So when it comes to these
Here's
things,
the thing. Here's the thing. The reason
Yo.
why, if you looked at the Haitians in Haiti, like a lot of them were not affected with diabetes, we walked everywhere.
That is true.
We got a lot of exercise. We drink a lot of water. This drinking, milk drinking,
Yeah,
juice
yeah,
thing.
that's true.
You had juice on Sundays, maybe.
So I guess
and
Trump-
it
Trump
was
was right
fresh.
about the sun can kill.
Oh, stop it. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. The juices we had, like all the juices
Your
you're buying
turn.
in the store now, that's your turn because
Yo,
he
I
started.
played double
no,
six.
he started.
Oh, you started?
I started, yeah.
So if you're looking at the juices we had, they were pure fruit juice. It was like fruits from the vine that we juiced and we made.
Now you're
juice
talking
out of.
about 1960s, 70s.
They
No,
still do things
no,
like
I
that.
don't
But
think
even,
so.
do
even
things
with
like
the
that.
natural
Natural
juice.
stuff. They still
Yeah,
have a
natural
lot of
stuff.
sugar.
They still have
but
sugar a lot.
They
So
do,
if
but
someone-
back then
When you're
but
doing
you're
back
burning
then,
it off when
you're
you're
not
walking.
driving.
But let's
You're
say if
not
I'm
driving
let's say
everywhere.
if I'm not working, that that's what I'm gonna. My next question is because I wanna leave those two questions for the end. But since we are talking about this, I'm gonna ask that question. So what can we do to prevent diabetes? Because
Okay.
the thing is, there's natural stuff. Every natural thing that I feel like sugar is in front of you.
It is
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
And that's
Everywhere.
why- And that's why I
you
said
can't
the
avoid it.
Bible. The Bible tells us everything in moderation. So I had a family friend who was telling me, he's like, he kept gaining weight, didn't know why he was gaining weight. He wasn't doing well. And I'm like, okay. I said, what do you eat? He said, oh, I eat a lot of fruit. I eat a lot of vegetables. But what he was saying about eating a lot of fruit, he would buy a watermelon and cut up half of the watermelon. He'd buy a bag of grapes. He would take that whole bag of grapes, half the cut up watermelon, and he would sit there at his job and eat that for breakfast.
Ooh.
I'm like, woo! I said, was your blood sugar high? He was like, yeah. The doctor was worried for me. I said, this is why. You're not eating these things in moderation. You're sitting here and saying, oh, all I do is eat fruit. I don't understand.
I eat healthy, but in
Yeah,
reality,
I eat so
reality,
healthy. And I'm like, you're
yeah.
really not. And that's why I say you have to read the labels. Because alcohol has sugar.
Yeah.
There are some alcohols like
see,
skinny
you do know somebody on this table. Every time we talk about
alcohol wants to kick me.
yeah,
Yes,
have an
yes,
issue,
I
right?
know.
I'm not
So-
naming name and I'm not printing name.
there's like-
I'm not
I
printing
think it's
finger to
called-
nobody.
I think it's called skinny girl margarita or skinny girl wine or skinny girl. There's a
brand.
have less, it's a brand. They
Okay.
have less sugar. Okay, you need to.
But the
watch
thing
what
is,
you're
but it's
eating.
okay.
You need to exercise.
Okay.
Watch what you eating.
Yes.
That's the problem with. That's,
Oh, you
that's,
can't watch
that's,
what you're
no, that's my
eating?
question now. What you eating? Sorry, Padre. I know you have you had a question in mind.
you were ready
that
for
Oh
you
no,
wanted to
no,
ask
no.
a
I
question.
don't know.
But-
Go ahead.
So, what can you eat? I know you may not have all the answer for all of the fans that are watching today, and also for us as well. What can you eat if you diagnosis with a diabetes?
Okay. And one of the things,
And-
and I remember my aunt came up with that. She was like, they told me I can have beans. So I make bean sauce. And I'm like, no. She's like, in bean sauce, my blood sugar goes up quickly. I said, you know why? She was like, I don't. I said, because you pulsed it. You took the beans. Instead of eating the beans like that, you liquefied it.
Oh, okay.
So when it's liquefied, it gets into your bloodstream faster and raises your blood sugar faster.
So
You can eat everything. I think if somebody's diagnosed as being a diabetic, I think one of the first things they need to do is they need to say, I need to see a nutritionist.
okay. So the notion of we can eat rice
You can.
or we can eat pasta.
You can.
So, do you have to have your insulin next to you?
No.
I'm just.
No. So you can eat rice, you can eat pasta, but everything in moderation.
Okay.
The nutritionist will sit down with you. We'll go over. Okay, what do you eat? Like somebody will turn around and tell me, "Oh, I had 4 pieces of toast this morning, and my blood sugar went up."
Okay.
When you
4
look
pieces of toast.
yeah.
I mean, I'm a big guy. I only have 2 pieces of toast a day.
Can I
At
be
least.
honest with
people
you?
love bread.
Can I be honest with you guys? I see people that will
Whose
say
turn is
because
it?
they have a big appetite. They'll be like, I'm gonna have my medicine next to me, and also I'm gonna have the plate of the food next to me.
No.
So as
You realize that he wanted
about himself.
exactly.
So let me explain.
I want
Let me-
to, especially
let me-
with Afin that are watching
Yeah,
right now.
so- So let me explain. We're not telling you not to eat.
Okay.
The reason why I say
Thank you, Jesus.
the reason why I say to speak to a nutritionist is because you can tell the nutritionist what you eat. And what was wrong with the person who said they ate the 4 pieces of toast? Think about it. Toast is just bread. When you break, and that's carbs. When you look at a balanced diet, the balanced diet needs to have carbs. It needs to have proteins. It needs to have fats.
But most likely
But-
that bread has peanut butter, so that's protein.
But that peanut butter is not the natural peanut butter we used to make in Haiti. That peanut butter is processed. It's got sugar in it. It's got salt in it.
Man, I can't
All
eat no
these-
more peanut butter sandwich
all
no
these
more.
things that are not good for you. And when you stop and think, if that person had the following.
That's disturbing.
So let me tell you, if this person had the following thing, you ready? If the person had 1 hard-boiled egg, half of a grapefruit, 2 pieces of toast, stop. They said they had 4. They had 2 pieces of toast, right?
Diet.
A cup of coffee,
Diet.
but the toast, whole wheat toast.
People who got
That's
time,
a
we're not
more-
going to do- You used to talk about grapefruit and egg.
Yeah, half a grapefruit. That's
Man,
people that have
some
time
people
for
who
real.
have time who know, that's a stay at home mom type of thing.
hold on.
Like, come on, man. Do with
Are you
yoga.
legit?
Hold on.
Like,
Have you
I
guys
do
ever
that.
been to
Man.
to see your primary care doctor?
Uh-huh.
And when you listen to them talking about this is what you need to eat, this is what you're not.
And
They
you're
just
sitting
tell you
there-
to go die.
Hey, no, seriously.
I tell my doctor, I'm like,
Listen,
listen.
I don't have a Haitian mentality, but
But you
I
gotta
have
be
to feed
legit.
that body.
You have to be legit.
Especially with me. I've been
Listen.
working out a lot.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
you had to
I
bring
see
that
it.
up.
Did you say?
So let me
Wait,
just
wait.
let me just
I
say
see
this.
it.
Hold on. So let me just say this, okay? They're not telling you to go home and die. They are trying to let you know
They didn't say that.
what
but-
you should do. But
don't eat
here's
rice.
the thing.
I know.
Here's the thing. That does not
Or
work
eat
for
a
everybody.
cup of rice.
Yeah.
They tell you to eat a cup of rice, which is what fits in your hand.
So, oh, wait, guys,
Padre, you know it's a crime for your body. Your body used to something.
And all of a
now
sudden
you're
you
gonna
stop it.
introduce your
No,
body
okay.
to something
I know.
So
different.
let's talk about that.
You're abusing your
1
body.
year, right now you're abusing your
Aha,
body.
but
No.
your body already used
But
to
okay,
something.
but listen,
It's
listen,
abusive.
Nurse Pat,
Like
Nurse Pat.
Padre said.
Nurse Pat. No, Nurse Pat. You said that it's supposed to be the size of your hand.
Yeah.
Some people have some massive
Exactly.
hands. So what does that mean?
Yeah, go ahead.
Then they need to measure it. So let me stop
No,
and tell you.
I have
No.
somebody measure it for me. I'm like, yo, he has bigger hands than me. I'm like, you measure the rice.
Let me. You told me your body's used to
He got
something.
small
Yeah,
hands.
my body used
So,
to something.
There was 1 year we decided to do the Daniel's fast.
Okay.
The Daniel's fast has no alcohol, no
Yeah,
coffee,
I've
no
done
tea,
that.
no milk, no meat, no rice, nothing like that. We did it for 40 days.
Man,
40 days.
40 days.
I
And when
died.
we didn't
I
know, that's not true. Don't lie. The first.
I didn't do it for 40 days.
The first
so I
2
don't wanna
days,
lie.
we
Yeah.
had headaches because we were so used to drinking.
because your
our
body,
coffee and our tea.
body.
But guess what? Our body got used to the Daniel's fast. Where we did the Daniel's fast during the summer, barbecue season. We went over this person's house.
That's
They were having a
abusive.
4th of
That was
July-
abusive.
A 4th of July barbecue. Listen, I brought all my stuff. I brought my
With
veggie
veggie burgers,
I brought my stuffed mushrooms.
turkey,
I brought
turkey
no
this,
turkey. There
turkey
was no
that.
turkey, nothing. Don't say that. So when I brought my stuff,
That is a
I
Mad.
made
That's a
brown
big-
rice.
You
No.
on punishment.
Dude, man, I'm telling you, that was my idea. Sadly,
I tried the juice diet.
You.
The second
That's
day, I
terrible.
was seeing stars while I was driving.
No, I've done the juice
Because
diet before.
here's the thing.
it's your
you
body
cannot-
getting used
I was
to.
seeing stars. I'm like, listen.
Hold
I'm
on.
like,
I
you
think
know
it's
what?
a mind
Stop.
thing. I
Yeah.
think it's a mind thing
It's
too.
not. It's not only a mind thing, but think about it. You're used to eating.
I know.
What, and that's why I say everything in moderation. It's best if you reduce in what you eat, then you stop eating it cold turkey. Because a lot of people will say they're sending their body in ketosis. Ketosis is it's the system where your body is like wasting that. So a lot of these diets are not safe for you, and that's why I'm saying I refer anybody who's been diagnosed with diabetes
Go see
or
your
who
nutritionist.
knows that they're diabetic. They need to speak to their doctor, and they need a referral to see a nutritionist, and they need to be honest with the nutritionist about everything that they eat, so that the nutritionist can help them.
Like the Haitian
Okay?
said,
Because-
Jesus knows everything.
No, but
People,
the
don't forget
nutritionist does
to-
not.
People, please remember to subscribe, like, and make comments in this show.
And here's the thing. One of the things I wanted to say about diabetes, it's more common in men.
Well, that's
And it
probably
is
why
in-
we brought you on so you could talk to us about it.
Okay.
So is it my turn?
Yes.
Or is it your turn?
Last question. I know
Oh
that
my
we
gosh,
are running out
here
of
we
time.
go.
How can we, and you're talking to our fan right now, and Domino's Effect fan, and we thank you.
Okay.
How can we and our fan, if someone's going through this, how can we treat
Diabetes. Diet, exercise, taking your medications, working with a nutritionist, and making sure that you go to all of your follow-ups and you stay on top of your blood sugar. If they tell you you're diabetic and they want you to test your blood sugar, test your blood sugar. Know what your numbers are. And tell everybody around you, I'm a diabetic. I can only have this, or I can only have that, or I can have this in limited quantity. And start working on yourself.
Okay.
Start working on yourself.
Well, so
All right,
Nurse
whose
Pat,
turn is it?
thank you for coming on this table and hang out with us. It was very helpful. And everybody, make sure you do everything in moderation.
Yes.
Thank you.